Welcome, everybody, to the second podcast for the Legends of Tabletop crew. With me, I have my co-host, Vince LaRosa.
How are you? I'm just checking
Stop counting now, Vince.
Yeah, I know, right? 1, 2. I'm actually making sure the site is. We can play this.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay.
You have ruined the entire introduction.
I have ruined the introduction. I just want to make sure it's playing on our site. Hang
Well,
on.
with
There'll be a bit of a delay.
There
Like
will
30
be,
or 60 seconds, depending.
We are live, and I do apologize for that, and that's okay. My name is Vince LaRosa, and I'm the counterpart to Legends of Tabletop. And with us tonight, we have the illustrious Mike Davis from the Lovecraft eZine. Say hello, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
There you go. See, this is what you can look forward to this evening. And the main question is whether or not, take your bets, whether or not Mike Davis is wearing pants.
Yeah, and I don't have to be the host tonight, so I don't have to act.
That's true. You can let it all hang out and just yeah. So, how did we meet, Mike? I think that was through the eZine, and I sent you a sample of my voice of reading, and I became one of your voice readers.
Yeah, as far as people know, that's how it happened. Yeah.
Exactly. Shh. We are live.
Yeah, and actually, you have a great reading voice, so I'm glad you're
thank
still doing that. So.
I enjoy doing it. I enjoy putting voices to the creatures and whatnot, and I actually miss doing Dennis Malone, the illustrious Dennis Malone from the eZine Call of Cthulhu games.
Well, we have an opening. So.
You do? Okay, I'm gonna have to start that back up. It's Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, Wednesdays at 9 we do the game.
All right. Maybe he'll come in for a visit. All right. Now John has all the questions. I have nothing, so I'm going to sit back. No, I'm kidding. So,
oh my God, you're going to throw it to me.
I'm throwing you under the bus. Yes.
You just sit there and look beautiful, Vince.
Well, thank you. Yes, it's the new haircut. I'm going with the Egon Spengler look this week.
Remember that time I tried to drill a hole through my head?
I know, right? That would have worked if you hadn't stopped me. All right. Other than the fact that I collect spores, molds, and fungus, John, do you have any startup questions?
Well, I just wanted to ask Mike, what was it that got you originally into Lovecraft?
Actually, most people have this story where they hit 12 or 13 and started reading Lovecraft, and kind of grew up reading it. But I actually, I didn't even have TV growing up, so it's actually really funny that I didn't run into Lovecraft, because all I did was read books in my spare time. But I never stumbled into Lovecraft in the town library for whatever reason. But I don't know, I was 21 or 22, so what would that have been, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, a little bit. It'll take a few days.
Give or take a month or two.
Yes.
And no, I don't remember where I read it, but I ran across the line, and it wasn't in the Lovecraft story. It was some story or somebody was quoting it. I have seen what lies beneath, and is not good to see. And that's from my mind just went blank. A Lovecraft story, of course. Through the Gates of the Silver Key. And I thought, what a great line! I gotta, track this down. And so it was just something as simple as that. I started reading Lovecraft and got really into it because the themes really resonated with me. Man's insignificance in the universe and so forth. A lot of people, I think, are really interested in the monsters, but
right.
I think to me, they're kind of secondary anyway. Not that they're not cool, or the gods,
so
or whatever you want
to call them.
Sort of
an existential component to it.
Yeah, what you said.
Yes.
Very, very dark themes.
Technical. Whoa.
No, actually, I'm friends with Sandy Peterson. I had lunch with him, like, I don't know, 6 months or 12 months ago, and he's talking about Cthulhu, and he's naming all these alien gods and everything, Lovecraftian gods and everything. He's like, and I asked him a question. He goes, "Oh, well, you know all this." I'm like, "No, I don't."
No, keep talking, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just, and guys like Pete Rollick, and who I do the Sunday show with, and Rick Lay, they do know all that stuff, but it just, the Lovecraftian gods never interested me as much as the themes. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, both of them are just encyclopedias of knowledge.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
I try to imagine doing the show without them sometimes, and I think, well,
seriously,
yeah, good Lord.
that's true. That's true. Oh man.
That's cool. And you obviously also got involved in the role playing game as well. You were running those Wednesday sessions.
Uh, yes and no. When Vince was in on it from the beginning, he's not playing the current games, but
we started on Fridays.
Yeah, and I started off running the first. No, Blair ran the first game. No, it was.
No, it wasn't. It was Adam. Adam.
Not Adam. Oh, was it Adam?
I thought it was Adam. Yeah, just the very first one.
Okay. Well, anyway, and I did run one later, but no, I didn't really run them. When I started hosting the games. That was the first time I'd ever even played Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, and I'm still, again, by no means an expert.
Sure.
Patrick's running the current game right now, and
okay, cool.
He's an expert. A lot of people are experts. To me, it's these guys are always talking about, okay, you roll this or roll that. You guys, I'm sure, know far more about this than I do. But I have the other players kind of crutch me along through that. I just sort of role play. I think, what would I do if I was really in this situation, if this was real? What would my character do, I should say?
Other than shitting your pants.
Yeah, run away.
Well, depends on the character. Yeah. I mean, your
That's
character,
true.
as I recall, went insane several times. And
I think I shit my pants several times. Yes. Yeah.
And not necessarily just in game.
That's true.
That's right.
I actually have, as you know, shit my pants in my 30s. Yes, all you have to do is go to my own website and read the Lorax Boxer story, and you'll know. I still have them. And I threaten to wear them on my head sometimes.
Yes, what is that? VinceShitsHisPants.com or something?
I think so. I think so. In public, yes. There's nothing.
So no, but to answer your question, we started doing that. I just thought it would be fun. I thought, what if people could watch these things live that weren't playing, and they could sort of give suggestions to the group and play along in a way.
Yeah, that's really fun. The questions you get through the Facebook account.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's a lot of fun. So I think some people who are really hardcore Call of Cthulhu players might disagree with the way that we do it and did it, because we injected a lot of humor into it too. But again, maybe they don't. So I don't know.
Okay. It's part of the fun.
Well, you got to play to the group that you're with, and it can't always be serious all the time.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was a lot of laughing, but they were good stories too. I mean, we had a lot of fun.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. It was some good stuff.
I've never actually played Call of Cthulhu. I played a little Trail, but never had the opportunity to play COC.
What is the difference between you talking about Trail of Cthulhu?
Mm-hmm.
What's the real difference? I mean,
the themes and stuff, I guess, are the same. The Trail of Cthulhu is Gumshoe, so it's just D6 based, and as opposed to, potentially with COC, you could miss your spot hidden and just not get the clue.
Mm-hmm.
In Trail of Cthulhu, you get the clue, and then depending on how well you roll, you'll get more information. So that way the story doesn't just get held up just with not anybody being able to make a spot hidden roll or, investigation check or library use or whatever.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Kenneth Haidt created that with some other people, didn't he? Or at least he's. I know he's so involved with it now.
Yeah.
Now I had that guy on my show. Man, you talk about knowledgeable, and I was on a panel with him at a Lovecraft convention, and I think I said 2 words the whole panel.
He's quite verbose.
And I don't mean that. There's some panelists you get on with, I won't name any names, there's some panelists you get on with, you're not going to talk very much because they're all about them,
Right.
And then there's panelists, you're not going to talk very much because you know this much and they know this much.
Yeah. Sit back and learn.
I've listened to Ken interviewed on the MU podcast, and he can go. He's like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah. It's always good to see people that are so excited about,
Yeah.
Sandy Peterson's the same way. I wish I was as young as those guys, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, now they're coming back to to Chaosium now, so that's a pretty big deal going on now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, excuse me, I hope it works out well. I know they're excited about it. And I think it has a good chance of working out well. We just found out a day or two ago, I think a lot of people were worried that they weren't going to keep their fiction line, and they're saying that they are, so that's good too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a decent thing.
So,
Sweet.
Yeah. Vince, you have anything there? I seem to be dominating the interview here.
I got nothing. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I'm interested myself. Take us through a typical day in the life of Mike Davis and the Lovecraft eZine. Like, when you get up, what do you do?
well, during the school year, my wife's a teacher, and my son's just finishing up 7th grade. I get up at 6 in the morning, and I pack his lunch, and we were a one-car family. I drive both of them to school, and then I come back home and usually work all day, depending on how sick I am. Most days I can get stuff done. Some days more than others. But
Gotcha.
I've got a little office here. It's actually a big closet. I come in here and work on whatever I'm working on. No, it really is. You can see
I see
the bar there. Yeah.
The clothing railing. That's awesome. Shit.
So this is actually pretty cool because it's got so many built-in shelves because it is a closet.
Yeah. Okay.
So instead of my wife's clothes, it's got books. I don't know any other wife who would have said yes to that.
Yeah, seriously. So basically, every morning you go into and come out of the closet.
Yeah, that's
essentially really.
That's what you get out of it. Yeah.
Out of his closet.
So some days it's about working on the next issue of Lovecraft eZine. Some days it's about I've got a lot of email alerts and people that let me know if there's some cool Lovecraftian link or something to post.
Okay.
Things like that. So
cool.
Sounds really glamorous, but it's just like anything else.
Hey, it's
Now, do you have people send you a lot of Lovecraftiana in the way of links and stories and things like that, or do you come up with most of the content on your own?
Stories is a different question because it depends on whether I'm currently open to submissions or not. But yeah, when I'm open to submissions, I really get a ton of them. As far as links, yeah, I get sent quite a few links. Some of them. A lot of them are people wanting me to promote whatever it is that they're doing, whether they've just written a Lovecraftian book or website or project, Kickstarter project. That happens a lot. So I decided early on that it was about quality over quantity, so I'm pretty selective about what I post. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I get people.
That's what really makes the eZine, I think, stand out for myself.
Well, thanks. I mean, I'd rather post, 2 to 4 links a day on the Facebook page, as an example, instead of that are, I think, pretty interesting.
Exactly.
10 that are mediocre,
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think you lose people that way. So.
Oh, definitely. It's just posting things indiscriminately is, definitely a loss of viewers.
Yeah.
And you cover everything pretty much from soup to nuts. You've got stories and videos, movie clips, links to new products coming out, like say the Kickstarters. It's really a clearinghouse for all things Lovecraft.
Well, thanks. When I first started out, I thought, and this is 4.5 years ago, my first thought was, well, I want to publish online a magazine that's free to read. The fiction is as good of quality as if you went to Barnes & Noble or Amazon and bought an anthology of Lovecraftian fiction. So that was initially my only goal, and then I thought, have a community circle around, have it be a community as well, and then I just sort of thought, well, people are visiting, they might as well get all the information they can, so mushroomed.
Cool.
So.
Cool.
All right, Vince, you have anything else there?
No, keep going, sir. You're doing well. You don't even need me. I'm just here. I'm the sidekick today. I'm just,
Yeah, you're my straight man in both these podcasts so far.
There you go.
Vince is the straight man?
Yes, right.
Wow.
Yeah, go figure. Well, I'll just throw this out there since he's not in here tonight. We have another member as well. Jesse is our third partner in this endeavor, and he's not with us here tonight. But he runs his own podcast called the Dragon Fisters, which I play on, and he's a contributor and all that stuff that's going on with us. Just kind of fill you into the other member of our party here.
What kind of podcast is it? The gaming podcast?
Yeah, it's an actual play podcast for Pathfinder.
Oh, okay.
They mix in some other stuff. They did Mouse Guard. They're talking about doing some 5e. We were talking about playing some Rogue Trader with the DM from the Nerdbound podcast, which is no longer extant, but his name is Neil. He's also part of the website here, and we were talking about having him come in and do a short series for Rogue Trader as well. So
you want to wait until you get someone important on to be here, right?
Exactly.
I'm tooling around on the website here. We also there's some Lovecraftian video games up here. You also have downloadable audio stories on here, podcasts.
Yeah, that's where I come in.
Yeah.
And the other audio readers.
Yeah, there's a page for just that's apart from the magazine itself, the audios. I mean, straight up Lovecraftian readings and anything that was floating around out there free that I didn't feel like I was stealing, which is not something you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is on there, and I link to other things that aren't free, but most of that stuff is free. So,
right, cool.
I'm a big fan of audio drama, so kind of listening to not just audio readings, but like radio plays, like the old time radio stuff, and so being able to listen to an actual Lovecraftian audio drama, that's pretty cool.
Right.
So I've got a few of those linked on there.
Yeah, I've listened to quite a few of the stories you've got posted up there.
Oh, good.
Yeah. There's also you guys can help out the Lovecraft eZine. There's a donate here for PayPal. You were just running Indiegogo?
I'm running a GoFundMe.
Oh, GoFundMe. Yep.
Some medical bills and also, well, let me put it this way: my wife's a teacher, and the Lovecraft eZine doesn't pay much, so
right.
Kind of help. It's kind of a combination to help fund the magazine for the next few months to the end of the year and take care of some medical bills and car issues and things like that. So yeah, and the other thing that helps is I've got a lot of really great readers and viewers that are really loyal, and they buy things through the Amazon link, so that helps me out somewhat too.
Right.
Cool.
Have you thought about doing a Patreon and just setting that up and leaving it sit? That's the big thing now.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I got to look into it some more. So, I guess we'll see. I'm probably going to do an Indiegogo or Kickstarter for a book I've got coming out soon.
Nice.
Publishing, I should say, called Autumn Cthulhu.
Oh, that's right. That's this October, right?
Well, approximately.
Or was that the original?
Okay. Pardon me? Yeah, I mean, if we can get out in time for Necronomicon, that's great. But if not, my philosophy is it's better to do it right. Then they'll always forget how long it took you, but they'll never forget how good it is. It's within reason.
True.
You don't want to come out 3 years late or anything. But I have several really great writers that I've been waiting on stories, and I didn't want to say, I don't want to say it to a guy like Larry Barron, give me your goddamn story. I'd rather wait 2 or 3 more months, which is what I ended up doing, and not just him. I'm not picking on him, and get a high quality author like that, high quality story, and come out a few months later than not have them in the book.
Definitely. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah. So a lot of small press publishers are using Dark Regions have been doing a lot, Indiegogo and Kickstarter to fund their books. So
yeah, it's a great resource.
Too.
Yeah.
I don't know. These authors write stories for you, and they expect to get paid.
Honestly, I don't know what this.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
They want contracts and money and everything.
Bastards! They should do this shit for free.
Hey, what happened to the love of the written word?
Honestly, just do it because you love it, and just share it with everybody.
Yeah.
And speaking of Necronomicon,
I wouldn't want anyone to make me do that.
That's right. And speaking of Necronomicon,
yeah,
we're all going to be there this year.
Yeah, the program book they're doing. Well, I don't know what all they're doing in the program book, but they asked me to write a story for it, so I've got a story coming out.
Oh, cool.
Book.
Okay, cool. I look forward to that. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you weren't. I'm assuming you're on several panels again this year.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Okay.
I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. But,
That's not bad.
Well, I know one's on small press.
Okay, well that makes total sense.
Yeah, and I'm moderating another one, but I can't think of them right now.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, Necronomicon's a hell of a lot of fun. You said you're going to be there, John?
We will both be there. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be my first Necronomicon, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's
flying out from Arizona here. I think I'm actually going to come out on I was going to come Thursday, but missed the whole first day of the convention, so I think I'm going to come out on Wednesday and just maybe sleep in the airport. It's an all-day flight from here to there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I'm coming from Texas, so.
Right.
Yeah, and the guy that organizes it, Niels Hobbs, he's really, really great. He runs a good convention, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was fun. 2013.
Yeah, really nice guy too.
Mm-hmm. Seems
so, I mean, think about that. That is one hell of a lot of work for,
Yeah,
just doing it for the love of and for the service he's providing to Lovecraft fans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
was
a
big year this year, 125th anniversary. So that's something special.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good turnout.
Lovecraft guy's getting old.
Yeah. And he hasn't put anything out in forever.
Some people just like to rest on their laurels,
Yeah.
What are laurels? What exactly are laurels? Is that just your ass?
I don't know. Probably.
That's a genteel way of saying get off of your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop letting the grass grow underneath your feet.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I have no more funny shitting pants anecdotes, so you can keep at it, John.
Vince had pointed out a little earlier while we were pre-gaming here that there was an interesting parallel between Lovecraft's work and your actual upbringing. It says on the website there that you were raised in a cult. What happened there?
That's a good question. Well, I was born in Texas, and when I was 6, my parents thought it would be a wonderful idea for us to move to Iowa and join this really weird, we'll be kind for a second and call it a church. And if you're picturing a bunch of weird people that meet once on Sunday, you got the weird right. But not the once on Sunday. There was like 4 or 5 services a week, 3 hours each.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And that would have been bad enough, but they had their own, this is heavy quotes, school. That all the kids, it was mandatory that you go there. So I was about to enter 1st grade when we moved.
Oh, wow.
So I got to enter 1st grade in in that place. It's kind of a 24/7 environment.
Oh,
Not a lot of fun.
Hence growing up with no TV.
Hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably the least bad thing that happened to me. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
sure.
Some examples: no TV. No, I didn't have a bike growing up, and not because we couldn't afford one. My dad worked for the post office. But they weren't allowed. A lot of control freak stuff. You know, if you're a kid and you have a bike, you might go somewhere.
Right.
So, yeah, pretty weird place. I worked really hard to get out of there to graduate a year early.
Oh, okay.
So I should have graduated in '89, but I graduated in '88. Got the hell out and moved back down to Texas with my aunt and uncle. So.
And your parents stayed there then?
No, ironically, they left 6 months. Well, no, they were there when I got out of high school.
Yeah.
And then, like 6 months later, they left. And I thought, why couldn't you have fucking done that 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Years later, my dad goes, well, I did my best. I'm like, okay.
Jeez.
Hey, at least you tried, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm not sure moving your kids to a cult is your best, but if you want to tell yourself that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. It's just one of those. It's one of those things where you grow up, you see kids. You drive past the high school and you see kids going to the high school, and it looks so. Obviously, school is not a kid's favorite thing, but to me, seeing kids going to a public school and you play football or sports or whatever, just do normal things. Boy, that was. I would have loved to do that. So, but
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, but you turned out okay, so that's
yeah, I put up a good one.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, my son is about to become a teenager, and it's like every year, it's almost, I'm reminded of it more now than I have been in a long time, because as he goes through each phase of his life, it sort of reminds me what I was doing back then and what I was going through.
Sure.
And I think, man, and I don't pick on my parents. The staff of that place, the pastor and the assistant pastor and everything, I mean, they were just a bunch of psychopaths. A lot of kids being beat and stuff like that, including me. And I just think, how do you do that to a kid?
Yeah.
So, we had a really interesting conversation on Lovecraft eZine Sunday Chat like a year or so back about cults, not the one I grew up, but like Lovecraftian cults. And so if they were real, why would someone join something like that? And it's probably the same as in the real world. They perceive some benefit, like the Shadow over Innsmouth. The town was going to hell. They were fishing and not getting any fish and everything. They were all Christians. And the sailor comes back from wherever he was and, essentially, in a nutshell, says, follow this Dagon god and you'll, get gold and fish out of the sea and everything. So they did. So,
there's always a hook to get you in.
Yeah, whether it's a real benefit or not.
Fish. There you go.
There's one. Or they believe there's one.
Right.
So.
Interesting. I don't think I can. The first time I could ever say I met someone that was raised in a cult. A dubious distinction, I guess.
Yes. I'm assuming there was no golden fish, though.
Yeah.
No golden fish. I think they saw other benefits.
Yes.
Oh. So do you have anything you'd like to put out, Mike? Anything that you're promoting? Any statements you'd like to make?
No, not really. You just published a book called King and Yellow Tales by Joe Pulver.
Oh, cool.
And that's pretty cool. If anybody watching is into King and Yellow at all, read those stories. I guess a lot of people got into it again after the True Detective show.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe's been writing King and Yellow stories for, I guess, almost 20 years now. So he's got quite the collection.
Long time, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I said to him, 9 or 10 months ago, we should collect them all into a volume, and because they're scattered among all these different anthologies he's been in,
Sure.
in magazines and everything. So,
sort of a King and Yellow omnibus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's available on Amazon if you just go there and type in the King and Yellow Tales, Joseph S. Pulver Sr. It'll come up.
All right, cool.
But don't go to Amazon. Go to the Lovecraft eZine and click on that affiliate link. And
yeah,
go
exactly.
To Amazon, yes.
Exactly. Thank you.
Gotta stay strong with the brand.
Same team.
Yes. Appreciate that.
Did you watch True Detective at all or no?
Yeah, it's a long story.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, isn't it, Vince?
Yeah, that is a long story. Yeah, maybe we'll have you back on round 2.
As far as True Detective goes, I think that was really well written for the first, 70% of it, first 3/4 of it. Yeah, so I don't think there's not a lot of people that disagree with me when I say that. That the ending was just, it was almost like Pizzolatto's writing it, and he's like, okay, I got to finish this in a hurry. It's just gonna be this one guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had the same feeling when we were watching it. I was so excited, and like you say, maybe about halfway, 3/4 through, and then it just completely dropped off. I went, what did they forget that they were only doing 8 episodes? What the hell happened? Yeah, it was disappointing. Well, the ending was disappointing anyway.
Yeah, and of course everyone has an opinion about something that they watch, and people will disagree. But it's just when you have so many people that say that, hey, it started off great and fizzled.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to that.
Yeah, and the characters were great. The story was great up till that point. I'm cautiously optimistic for the next one. I guess we'll see. It should be starting up here, I think, this weekend, right? Or last weekend?
I don't know. I do know this, though, from what I've read or what I've heard, there's not supposed to be any paranormal or occult influences in it at all.
Well, it might not be so good then.
Which I think is one of the things that set the first 3/4 of the first season apart.
Yeah, definitely.
Although it turned out all to be smoke and mirrors, but I don't know how I would have ended that, but I do know it would have been pretty cool to have there be something to all that,
Right.
You don't have to get overly overt, but
it's okay to leave it like, did it happen, did it not happen?
Right,
but
exactly.
Just to completely just drop everything, it was disappointing. Oh well.
I haven't seen it yet. You ruined it. You just fucking ruined it.
Hey, watch up until
just basically watch 3/4 and then drop the rest of it.
And then just
and just forget about it. Okay, all right. So what episode is that? Up to like 6, and then.
Hey Vince, Rosebud. Okay.
Oh, you bastard!
It's a sled.
Both of you.
Oh, spoilers! Right now.
God damn it! All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That just came out a couple years ago. You probably haven't had a chance to see it yet.
No, I haven't. That's all right. I'll get to it. I'll just watch up to like episode 5 and turn it off and go. Oh, that was the end.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, the movie. What, Citizen Kane?
Yeah, Citizen Kane.
Yeah, you jumped on me there. I haven't seen Citizen Kane in a while, but yeah. Oh, you bastard!
Actually, before I ever saw that movie. I can't remember when I see it now, but I know before I saw the movie, I read this. I read Peanuts growing up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was in there.
Yep. You're like, what is that? Rosebud was his sled. Ah!
So he basically posts this to the entire world that hasn't seen Citizen Kane.
He totally ruined it, yeah.
What Lucy is doing to the audience.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God! I wonder how many complaints he got when that. Well, probably not too many.
No, it was too funny. I'm sure some people are like, what? Huh?
Yeah, I never caught it.
Yeah, but you're right. I forgot about the Peanuts inclusion of that. That's awesome. Well, this is going to be an interesting
time, but then later on, when you're watching the movie,
yep, you can like, damn you, Schultz.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be an interesting Necronomicon, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yep. Should be good. A lot of, potentially quite a bit of drunkenness.
Potentially. What?
Well,
on my part, no.
Yeah, what day are you arriving, Vince?
I'm picking up Rick Lai, and we're going to drive up, and then I'll be picking up Pete. Yeah, and I'll be picking up Pete from the airport. And then John will be in. Apparently he's going to sleep on the airport bench. And then I'll pick him up from that bench or wherever he happens to be, and then we'll all meet up. What time you get there, Mike?
I am getting there, let me think, Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday afternoon. Okay, cool.
And there's more than one airport there, isn't there?
There are two, yes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
So I guess my only option was an airport called MF Green or something like that.
That's the one that's about like 15 maybe minutes away. It's about 13 miles from.
Yeah. So, but I heard there's a bus that goes right from there to downtown Providence, so it shouldn't be a problem.
All right, cool. I know the shuttles are rather expensive. They're like $30 or $40. You might as well take the bus.
Yeah. Well, last year, I flew into Boston and took the shuttle from Boston to Providence.
Oh, that's right. Oof. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that again this year, though.
No, that's a bit of an annoying bus ride.
It wasn't too bad, but it was like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So we used to have a bathroom on the bus. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's always
a luxury.
Yes.
It was a first-class bus ride, you might say.
Yeah, I guess it's different if you're going from Boston to Providence. It's 90 minutes, but you get off a plane. You've been on for, 6 hours?
Yeah.
And then get on a bus and sit more. You're like, oh, I just want to be there.
Well, I heard that it's a little cheaper flying into Boston, but I didn't see any difference, so I just flew into Providence.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, might as well. Yeah, makes sense. Cool.
But yeah, you'll have fun, John. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Vince is actually coming out here to visit. I guess in about. Excuse me.
You right there? What are you doing?
He's upset.
Oh my
you'll
God!
Be visiting.
Oh my God! That's horrible.
That's pretty much it. He's like that. Fuck.
Yeah, he thought about you coming. He almost did.
He just turned my stomach.
Oh, you fucks. And by the way, for the viewers out there, this is obviously not safe for work.
Yeah, we'll have to put a tag.
Yeah, now you tell them.
Yeah, well, sorry. So.
No, but Vince is coming out here in a little less than 20 days or so, and this will be the first time I've seen him, I think, since I moved out here to Arizona. So it's should be a good time. And
you were back once before, remember?
Oh, once, yeah.
Went to dinner,
Yep. Yeah, we went out to dinner the first year.
Exactly.
So yeah, well, I'll get to see him twice this year, which is pretty sweet, and looking forward to the convention and getting to meet you in person. And I know Sandy Peterson's going to be there. I think Ken Height's going to be there, and should be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm.
Hey Vince, remember last time what was that? Those girls were trying to catch. Was that a rabbit?
Oh yeah, that's right. The oh my God, it wasn't on Love.
Tell that story.
It was. I think it was on the last house Lovecraft was in. There was a family not across the street had lost their pet rabbit, and it
Yeah,
was
you and
running
me and
around the
Blair and I think somebody else were returning. We were
It was-
did a little walking tour, and we were returning to the Biltmore. So yeah.
It was Dave Rankus, yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, we were doing the walking tour, and they're like, "Oh, can you help? We lost our..." And then there's rabbits, and it would stop and mock us, and then we would try to grab it, and it would just sprint off. So we just got all sweaty and run around for nothing. And this
Damn
rabbit
rabbits.
these fucking rabbits. But yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I wasn't doing it because I have a cane, so
You
I
had
was
it
watching
on-
events run after this.
You had it on, you had it on film. Blair and Dave and I running around like jackasses.
I have better equipment this time, so hopefully we'll run into those girls again, and you can go.
We could
after
all
that
catch
rabbit again.
rabbits. There you go. It's still going to be elusive. Fucking rabbits.
Well, as
I'm gonna
popular
leave-
as the magazine is, if I would have gotten that on video, it would have just exploded. So
Probably,
that's what I was going for.
There you go. That's it.
This is what someone looks like that's gone mad. So
You want to see, you want to see jackasses running around and have it go viral. Well, this time I'll help you film. I'll hold the boom mic for the microphone, and John can run around for the rabbit and get all sweaty and disgusting.
I'll chase the rabbit.
There you go. And
he's not kidding, though. That rabbit would just sit still.
It would sit still and wait till you're like a foot and then run out. Yep. It didn't actually make that
grease
face.
lightning. It was gone. There was no way you were catching it.
No, we're like, Dave would go one way and grab its attention, and I would come up to the side, and it would explode out and go the other way.
See, Mike's got the cane. You should have drove it towards Mike, and he could have stunned it.
He could have beat it into submission.
I'm sure those girls would have loved that.
They would have.
I don't think they wanted it for stew. I think it was a pet.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't. Otherwise, exactly. Just gonna...
Either that, or they were filming for Basic Instinct too. So.
Boiling rabbit pots.
Where they were filming you guys running around, and they made $1 million posting.
They probably were. They've already retired.
Well, the really funny thing was the rabbit would never leave that area.
That's true. It stayed.
Run like 3 blocks away before any of the rest of these guys got a couple of yards. But
that's true. It stayed to the Lovecraft yard and the one next to it. Go back and forth.
It was definitely deliberately taunting you guys.
Yeah, it was. There was something going on there. Sensing conspiracy.
Damn rabbits.
For all you rabbit lovers out there.
No rabbits were harmed, though.
No rabbits were harmed in the filming of that insanity. The ridiculousness.
By the time 15 minutes was over, Vince, if he could have caught it, probably would have harmed it. But...
rabbit. Grab by the scruff. Give it what for?
God damn,
it was pretty big.
Hold it by the ears.
Huge, lop-eared monstrosity. Take its paw for good luck.
So yes, that's the kind of thing you can look forward to in demon-haunted Providence. Rabbits running around.
Rabbits running around, walking tours, yes.
Cats and dogs living together.
Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
What, behind the rabbit?
It is a rabbit. You silly salt! You almost made me soil my armor. Run away! We always have to have a Ghostbusters and a Monty Python reference in these things. That's just.
Well, the really funny thing was when you guys were done, I'm just shaking my head and I said, "I blame myself."
So do I. That's right. Why worry? Oh shit.
It's just weird to me that we've never tested these rabbit catching packs on our backs.
Each of us, that's right. Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear rabbit accelerator catcher on our back. I blame myself. Why?
Switch me on.
Switch me on. Oh man, we have to do that. Go out and buy
somebody's dog wrap it up on 40th.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. I love it.
This is what you can look forward to, John.
Yes.
Watching the viewers just click down and down.
Yeah, it's like there's what, 1.5 now? Is this...
No,
we lost them.
We have 6. They're holding strong.
No, I meant it Necronomicon.
Oh, Necronomicon? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and this is before you apply alcohol. So
that is true.
Yeah,
Once
that's
you
true.
apply the alcohol, it's all over. You're gonna see more than one rabbit.
Yeah.
Rabbits all over.
Well, it won't be as bad as PAX. Neil from Nerdman, I met the whole Nerdman crew up there. I was on that podcast for a couple of years, and he drank so much that they almost had to take him to the hospital. His wife was pissed.
Wow.
It was really bad.
Oh.
Well, I think Necronomicon's BYOR.
It is. Bring your own rabbit.
That's one thing we didn't do. Start talking in Elmer Fudd voices.
Oh, that's true. Oh, Brunhilde, you're so lovely. The wabbit. Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit.
You know what? If one of us would have started saying that,
that would have been great.
Got it, because they were all like 17 or something.
They would not have gotten the Warner Brother cartoon reference there.
No, they'd be like, "What is that? Something on YouTube or what?"
I know, right? Just YouTube Elmer Fudd, kill the rabbit. It's like the meow, see? Aw, it's curtains for you, Mugsy. Meow. Aw, they're adorable. Look, yo, give me that rabbit, see?
It should be a fun time.
It will be a fun time, yes. Yeah.
Good deal.
Word. Well, now that we've exhausted all the rabbit and urine and poopy jokes, I don't know. We got anything else? We good?
I have absolutely nothing.
We've probably
Did you really
wasted enough.
exhaust all the urine jokes, though? Truly?
I don't know if you could actually exhaust all the urine jokes, but I think there's a tolerable amount of urine and shit jokes one can take in one night. And I don't know. I would have to ask the 6 viewers what their thought of the urine and shit jokes are.
No. It's after you tell the fourth urine joke, you've crossed that line from professionalism to unprofessionalism.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, I think so. There's a professional urine joke, and then there's just an unprofessional urine joke. And I don't know. I think I'm on the line. I've hit through.
I want to do it tastefully.
Exactly. I want to. Yeah. Exactly. So.
Sometimes less is more.
Exactly, especially when you're talking about shitting yourself. You know what? When warm diarrhea is running down your leg for the first time, it's not that bad. But once it freezes, and then it's highly uncomfortable. It's highly uncomfortable.
I just want to apologize to everybody watching this later.
Yes. Make sure you're wearing your headphones.
Turn the volume down or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and I'm not responsible for anyone working out at the gym dropping weights on their foot.
That would be me.
In either laughter or disgust. So.
Yeah, we would just like to say that Mike Davis is not responsible for the content of this podcast.
Yes.
For once.
I know, right? Legends of Tabletop takes sole responsibility.
Yeah.
Urine and poopy jokes,
Black
yes.
events.
Well, here's words of wisdom is if you have had a stomach virus and you have to flatulate, you're probably going to shart. That's just going to happen. You will shit your pants. I went through like 24 pair of underwear in about 8 hours. It's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah. It was not one of my finer moments, that's for sure.
Well, this show is
Not unlike this show is not one of mine. So, yes.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
That's right. So there you have it. So it'll be Necronomicon and poopy jokes.
Yeah, well, that is something they no longer have to Google because they have that information now.
They do. I'm a public service announcement here. So stay off drugs and watch your underwear.
And that's what happens when you don't stay off drugs.
Exactly. Yes, that's right. Yes, you shit yourself. I heard you get constipated. Actually, I don't know if that's better.
Probably depends on the drug.
That's true. Yeah, if you want,
I'm no expert, obviously.
Yes. That is true. Trying to think of anything else interesting because we kind of pantsed this thing. I think we're gonna pants all our interviews. I think
that's the best way.
I think it makes for a better. Yeah, it really makes. I mean, we have a general idea what we wanted to ask, and and talk about. But I think
sometimes I don't even know who's going to be on the Sunday show before they come on. So
oh, that's true. That's kind of good. Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, they emailed me the day before.
You would think that we would have been more prepared, seeing as that we've had extra time to, get things ready for the interview.
Yeah, you actually kind of. I mean, when you think about it, you did help us by the little bit of a delay, and that was good.
Well, that's why I did it. Yeah.
You're like, these fuckers are not going to have anything ready. They're going to talk about rabbits and boxer shorts being shit in.
And worm viruses.
And yeah, exactly. And all kinds of useless shit. And true to form, we at least we're
consistent.
We're consistently entertaining. Well,
so,
that's what remains to be seen.
I have a question though. What was the genesis of this? Legends of
Kind of the genesis was my divorce. Sort of.
I was going to guess that.
I had started a personal blog and had talked to Vince about, I said, I think I want to do a gaming blog too, and I'll just WordPress it. And he was like, no, we've got to get a whole thing. You've got to get a site. We're going to get something going. I'll set you up with your first year, and we'll just started brainstorming all these ideas, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that.
Doing it.
Yeah, because Vince is really familiar with all that. What do they call it? The World Wide Web stuff. Yeah.
The interwebs and stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
it's part of my full-time job. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is turning into a second full-time job.
Well, it's very similar.
Yeah.
It's very similar when we had Suburban Noise.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I mean, it's something you're passionate about and you love to do, and then it is another job, but it's a labor of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you say it was preceded by the divorce, or it caused the divorce?
No, it came after, as I was looking to fill time in between all my games and doing stuff with my daughter, and just as a creative outlet. I've been playing games probably since Vince got us back into D&D when 4th edition came out, and I've been on 2 podcasts since, and just running a couple of games, playing in a ton of games, and this is just a byproduct of that, passion for gaming and just spending, quality time with friends and family, just, and not even RPGs, but, card games and board games and, all that kind of stuff. So this is just a natural offshoot from that. And it's been, and I have to thank Vince for really kind of keeping my feet to the fire and pushing me towards, really making something out of this. And it's been a lot of fun getting going. It's kind of a slow burn, but we're working up to it, and we're hoping people will be along for the ride, and we'll kind of see where it takes us.
Yeah, that's great. Got it. Let's see. You said you've done the Trail of Cthulhu
a little bit
before. Yeah.
I
we'll
think.
Have to try that.
That would be cool. But I'm assuming there'll be some gaming up at Necronomicon. If Ken's going to be there, I would assume he'd probably be running something, right?
Yeah, I haven't looked, but usually they do. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff like that going on.
Yeah, we should see if we could all get in on a game together. That would be a blast.
That would be cool.
Sandy Peterson's going to be there. Oh, have you seen anything online about his Cthulhu Wars game? That's pretty cool.
I saw that it's out. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it though.
I haven't played it yet, but he showed it to me, and apparently it's pretty popular. So, yeah.
Oh, maybe try to get in on that too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have nothing to plug except from the website. Vince will be up there plugging a book that he's currently in the tail end of writing.
No, it's finished.
It's finished?
Adam Baker is doing the cover illustration for me.
Oh, cool.
And electronically it'll be available probably end of July, early August, and I plan on having. It's called Lightning's Call, and it features Dennis Malone and Nikola Tesla, and I guess you picture them as the first Ghostbusters, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a novella. It's about, I guess, printed pages would be about 60, 65 pages. So it's a quick read, and I'm looking forward to just holding one copy in my hand. I don't care if anyone else buys it. I just want to hold it. Yeah, I did this. It's going to be pretty exciting. So
That's
I'm
great,
looking forward
man.
to that. Yeah, so I'll be selling that. In fact, I think it's going to be me and Pete Rollick at your table.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say something about having something there.
Yeah. So we
Cool.
can kind of rotate through watching the table for you too. So.
Yeah, I'll have some stuff there. Mainly, I just want to have some copies for Scott Thomas and Joe Pulver to sign for people.
Okay.
If people
Cool.
want to buy a signed copy, then they can buy it there.
Gotcha.
Cool.
I'll make sure. I plan on making some T-shirts and stuff out of the book cover illustration. So I'll have to get you a shirt.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
And
That
the art
sounds
looks
good.
really good too. The mock-up that you showed me looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Well, I didn't. Not me, but
Well,
yeah.
Taking
Good
credit,
guy.
you didn't even do anything.
I know. I didn't do shit. I did.
Did you write it?
Thank you. I wrote the hell out of that shit. Wasn't easy. But fun.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Writing's hard work.
It is. But it had this story in me. I'm like, I have to tell it. It's got to get out there. Whether you audience likes it or not, I'm telling it. So, but yeah, that'll. Thank you for the plug there, John. I appreciate that.
Yep. Well, thanks to Mike for asking what's going on here.
Oh, not a
Turning
problem.
everything around on us.
Yeah, what the hell? You're interviewing us now.
So Vince, about your childhood. Let's,
Yes. I was not in a cult. I was not in a cult. But I did shit my
he
pants.
was shockingly raised normal.
Yes. Well, as
Quite
normal
shocking.
as normally as can be. But yes, shockingly.
Well, John, I look forward to meeting you in person at Necronomicon.
Yes, definitely. Definitely looking forward to getting to hang out with you while we're up there.
Yeah, it'll be good to see you again, sir.
Yeah, you too. We had a lot of fun last time.
Well, we did. It was a blast. And it's like I was telling John. I mean, the panels are great. The thing is really meeting new people and talking and hanging out. That was the best for me.
Yeah, I agree. The panels and everything, all the activities that
Yeah, it was great.
that are lined up are fantastic. But the really fun part is hanging out with other
Exactly.
Lovecraft fans and weird fiction fans and horror fans. So
Exactly.
and catching
Wonderful.
rabbits, of course.
And
Or attempting to
rabbit.
catch rabbits.
Rabbit catching. Yes. So,
Well, thanks, guys. Who's your
Yeah.
next victim in your next podcast? Do you know?
I think we're not sure yet, but there's a friend of mine who left a career in pharmaceuticals to pursue tabletop and digital gaming development, and he owns his own business now. Yeah, just like you know what, I can't take this anymore, and I'm going to go do this, and that's what he did. So I think we're going to be interviewing him, get his story, and see what he's doing lately, card games and a few other things.
Cool.
We also have another. It's not coming up, and I'm going to ruin his name again. His first name is David from Kazan Games, which is actually based out here in Arizona near me. His last name escapes me again because I'm not prepared. But we also have a contact with him, and we're going to be reviewing the card game that he's put out, and we're going to have him on here shortly as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, good. Thanks for having me, guys.
You got
Thanks
it,
for
sir.
coming, Mike.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for putting up with our inane questions.
No problem. I'll see you guys at Necronomicon. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
well, I'll probably see you beforehand, though. I'll have to hop in on one of the games.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, man.
Cool. You got it.
Talk
Have
to
a
you
good
later.
day, sir.
Nice meeting you,
Later.
John.
All right, nice meeting you too.
All right, I think we're
And-
still live.
We are still alive. That was Mike Davis from the Lovecraft eZine.
And that's John Haremza.
And that's Vince LaRosa.
That's right. And we are Legends of Tabletop. And I got nothing.
And that's it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in live. We're hoping that you enjoy the podcast. If you have any comments or feedback, currently our forum comments are closed due to an inordinate amount of spam. But you can reach out to us on the Twitter or the email. There's
a contact page on the site too.
Contact page on the site. So leave us your feedback. We would more than happy to read through that and respond. And we hope you're enjoying what you're hearing. And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Have a good night, everyone.
See ya.